Hi everyone, welcome back once again. So another type of element that we can create which you won't understand the significance of, especially if you haven't had matrices in linear algebra. But matrices are used to create linear transformations, and they become extremely important when you begin to develop regression lines, multivariable regression, and you begin to analyze some of the data from a more sophisticated point of view. So let's just learn what a matrix is. A matrix doesn't have to be square. This one's going to have 5 rows and 4 columns, so it looks rectangular. And in this particular case, it's going to initialize the matrix with 20 integers, 1 through 20. Let's just go ahead and see that. And there's the matrix. You notice it has rows 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then it has columns or attributes 1, 2, 3, and 4. The space, comma, 1 indicates that it is in fact a column. The first space over here is for row entries, and the second position is for parliamentaries. Okay, so we just wanted to let you know that. The other thing that we can create are what we call sales and row names. And I'm going to show you exactly how they are used. One of the things that you noticed in my matrix that I would like to create matrices with names. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a 2 by 2 matrix. And the real names are not going to be these sort of unusual numeric kinds of representations, but I'm actually going to give him a name when the rows are going to be called row 1 and 2, and the names are going to be called column 1 and 2. So I create an object in memory with those row names, and you can see them here. And then I create an object in memory which is going to have the column identities. And then when I move down here and I create a matrix, you notice what I'm going to do. My matrix is going to use the cells with the number of rows 2. I'm going to create it by row, and I'm going to have the dimensions be what are part of the row names and column names. So let's just go ahead and see what I get from all of this nomenclature. So there is my matrix. It is in fact a 2 by 2 matrix, and it has the rows and columns. And notice how it used the information. It created the one in the top left corner, and then it put the 26 in the top right corner. Whereas up here, when I created this matrix, it put the 1 in the top left one, but it put the 2 one row down. Do you remember that? Notice it went down, and then it went up, and then went down again in creating that matrix. But in this matrix, it didn't do that. It went left and right by row 1, 26, 24, 68. So those are the kinds of things that I want you to notice because it helps you to understand the syntax. In other words, what we have here is we notice that the cells is going to be the identity of what we are going to put in the cells. And then I want to end by noticing that this told that our object that's going to create this, or the code that's going to create this, what are going to be in the cells, and there are going to be 4 numbers, and those are the 4. And then this by row equal true is telling the function that's creating my matrix that I want them to fill it by rows, not by columns. So I want to go 1, 26, 24, 68. That's going to have to do it today to keep our video down until some reasonable time. Thank you.